Hello everybody, welcome back to the Madden 12 Denver Broncos franchise. Here we are looking at the end of season stuff, everything. We end the year 8-8 just like the Broncos did in real life, but unlike the Broncos of 2011, we do not make the playoffs. This video is going to be the offseason, so looking at the stats, looking at the standings around the league, who made the playoffs, who didn't. See the results of the playoffs, see who won the MVP, see if we had any award winners out there, the draft, free agency, all that good stuff. So let's just jump into this. So when it came to passing, Tim Tebow, he did not miss a single snap this year. He was never out with any injuries, so he played all the quarterback. No one else played any quarterback. He had 3,703 yards, 28 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Those 18 interceptions did lead the league in interceptions, but I feel like we can really tone those down next season. His long 75, he was sacked 65 times. A lot of that was his fault or my fault for just standing around in the pocket too long and not having the right vision downfield. Hopefully that will change next season. 45% completion percentage, that's something that also needs to go up next year, so hopefully we can work on that. When it came to running, Noshan Marino, despite being out for like half the season, still had 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. He averaged 6.1 yards per carry. And when he was out, Corell Buckhalter stepped in. He had 629 yards, also averaged 6.1 yards a carry, and had 7 touchdowns. Tebow, he got it done using his legs as well. 71 carries, 506 yards, 7.1 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns. When it came to receiving, Julius Thomas led us in a lot of the receiving categories. Our rookie tight end, who's only like a 60-some overall. Hopefully he will develop more next year. 55 receptions, 814 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Bar Gaffney, 43, 670, and 5. Demaryius Thomas had 40 receptions, 546 yards, 4 touchdowns. Brandon Lloyd, 31 for 532, 3. Terrell Owens, who's only played a handful of games for us, was tied for touchdown receptions with Jabbar Gaffney. Virgil Green, he had 4 receptions, 2 of them were for touchdowns. Eddie Royal, he missed a good chunk of the season, 14 catches, 240 yards, a touchdown. I need to see better production of my slot receiver, even though he did miss half the year. And that will be something we will be focusing on in free agency and the draft, is wide receiver. That is a pretty big need for us. Defensively, Brian Dawkins, he led us with solo tackles with Joe Mays and Von Miller right behind him. In total tackles, we got Von Miller, Brian Dawkins, and Joe Mays. Joe Mays was pretty strong finishing out the season. He will most likely be our starting middle linebacker next year. Champ Bailey, Parrish Cox, who had to step in for our injured corner. Let's see if I can find him here. Let's see. He had an interception. Interception-wise, Parrish Cox had 4. He had 2 in the last game of the season. Thompson, he had 3. Joe Mays had 2, including 1 pick 6. Von Miller had 2. Hagen had 1. Goodman, that was our corner that was out. He got hurt in one of the first or second game of the year and was out for the season. That's why Cox had to play so much. Brian Dawkins had a pick, and Champ Bailey did too. I remember that one against the Lions. That was a good interception. Sacks wise, Jason Hunter and Von Miller both had 10. That's pretty good. Marcus Thomas with 7. Ronald Fields with 7. Elvis Dumerville with 6. Williams with 6. Mays, McBean, Ayers, Vaughan, Thompson, they all had 1. Let's see, looking at forced fumbles, DJ Williams, he had 6. Von Miller forced 5, and the rest is pretty spread out. Fumble recoveries, Jason Hunter picked up 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. There. I'm looking at defensive touchdowns. Parrish Cox, he had 2 of them things. Joe Mays had 1, Hunter had 1, Williams had 1, and Champ Bailey had 1. When it came to the kicking game, Matt Prater, one of the best kickers in the league, we're definitely going to be re-signing him. He only missed 4 field goals all year, 89% field goal percentage. He hit every extra point. Bunting wasn't bad either with Colquitt, and we'll hopefully be bringing him back too. Kick return was kind of all around. Eddie Royal was our main returner until he got hurt. Demarius Thomas, he did take one back to the crib. Aaron Brown, he basically was the full-time returner while Eddie Royal was hurt. Same with the punt return game, not a whole lot there. Now taking a look at the whole of the NFL stat-wise, Peyton Manning led it in passer rating and yards and touchdowns. As you see there, Tebow, he threw a fair amount of picks. Longest pass of the year went to Josh Freeman, 84 yards. When it came to running the ball, Jamal Charles led the league in yards. MJD and Adrian Peterson up there too. Jamal Charles also led in touchdowns. So, as I said last video when we played the Chiefs, he's a big reason why they're in the playoffs now. Receiving wise, Marcus Colston led the league in receptions. In reception yards, we have Reggie Wayne. Touchdowns also goes to Reggie Wayne. Defensively, James Laurinaitis, let's just say that's how you say it. He led the league in tackles with 129. Tackles for loss goes Williams and Von Miller. Paul Plesney up there too. Sacks, Brian Arakpo, 16 and a half. Here's the rest of the list. Interception-wise, Marcus Trufant and Jonathan Joseph led the league there. Defensive touchdowns, only 3 players scored 2, and one of those was their very own Parrish Cox. When it comes to MVP, this was the list. Peyton Manning ended up winning it. Matt Ryan was right behind him. Michael Vick, Jay Cutler made the top 5 list, along with Jamal Charles. Offensive Player of the Year, Peyton Manning. Defensive Player of the Year, Brian Arakpo. He did lead the league in sacks. Cam Newton won Rookie of the Year offensively. Defensively, Von Miller, so the first and second overall picks both win awards. Best QB, Peyton Manning. Running back, Jamal Charles. Wide receiver, Reggie Wayne. Ben Grubbs for Best Offensive Lineman. Charles Johnson for Best Defensive Lineman. Best linebacker, Von Miller is there at 5. Best DB, William Moore. Best kicker, our very own Matt Prater. Coach goes to Jim Codwell. Now to see how some standings went, the Ravens ended up winning their division 12-4. Steelers were 11-5. Browns at 8-8 and Bengals at 7-9. In the AFC South, the Colts won at 12-4. Texans got themselves a wild card spot at 10-6. Jags went 6-10, and the Titans 5-11. The Patriots were able to win their division with a 9-7 record. Probably would be more wins if Brady hadn't gotten hurt, but nonetheless, playoffs for them. Dolphins 7-9, Jets went 6-10, and the Bills went 1-15. The Chiefs won our division at 11-5. The Raiders were 9-7. We were 8-8, and the Chargers were 7-9. In the NFC North, the Vikings, who when we played them were 5-6, went on an absolute win streak. They won their division at 10-6. The Bears, who had a pretty good lead in the North, ended up choking it away. The last game for them was against the Vikings. Winner wins the division, goes to playoffs, and the Vikings ended up winning that game. The Packers 8-8, unlike in real life when we went 15-1. The Lions 2-14. The NFC South, the Falcons went 12-4. The Saints 11-5. Panthers 7-9. Bucks 6-10. In the NFC East, the Washington Redskins went 11-5. The Eagles 10-6. Cowboys went 7-9. And the team that won the Super Bowl in real life this year, the New York Giants, finished 6-10. And in the NFC West, the Niners win it at 9-7. Seahawks went 7-9, and the Rams and Cardinals both went 6-10. That will take us to the playoffs. In the wild card round, the Texans are going to the Chiefs, Eagles are going to the Vikings, Steelers to the Patriots, and Saints to the 49ers. Let's see what the results will be. So the results of wild card weekend: the Chiefs win 27-6. The Vikings beat the Eagles 27-25. The Patriots beat the Steelers 21-14. And the 49ers upset the Saints there at 28-12. The divisional round will be an old rivalry here: Patriots at the Colts, 49ers at the Falcons, another old rivalry there, Chiefs at the Ravens, and Vikings at the Redskins. And the results from the divisional round: the Colts win 34-23. The 49ers win against the one-seeded Falcons 24-20. The Ravens beat the Chiefs 17-13, and the Redskins beat down on the Vikings 35-10. So the conference championship: Ravens at Colts, 49ers at Redskins. And the Ravens beat the Indianapolis Colts 31-24. The Redskins beat the 49ers. So here we have Super Bowl 46, the Baltimore Ravens and Washington Redskins. Who will win? And the Baltimore Ravens are your Super Bowl 46 champions. Let's take a look at the box score and the stats. The Ravens had the lead pretty much all game there. Doesn't look like it was the most exciting Super Bowl. McNabb got back to the Super Bowl though. Looks like Rex Grossman got to play a little bit. He got back there then too. But Mark Bulger, where I guess Joe Flacco was hurt in this. Okay then. Must have been kind of a boring Super Bowl, running the ball. Hey, Ray Rice had a nice game. Tiki Barber's on the Redskins. Okay. I thought he retired a long time ago. But whatever. Receiving wise, yeah, it was kind of a boring Super Bowl. Hopefully we can find ourselves here in the near future. Let's see who retired. We lost Brian Dawkins to retirement, Terrell Owens, and Buckhalter. Okay, scouting time. Wide receivers are biggest need. I like this J.J. Woodson guy, but I'm not sure if we will have a high enough pick. But let's scout him anyway. I like a lot of these wide receivers here. Let's even look in the later rounds. I want to see if I can get a taller one. Corner, that's another really big need of ours. Got all these guys. Free safety, got a need there, especially with Brian Dawkins retiring. Same with strong safety. We also have other needs. Like, I'm looking for some no-Sean Marino insurance. Probably pick him up in like the third round. There we go. Here we go. I heard I've seen this part of you doing stuff. This is pretty intense. So, my needs: corner, strong safety, free safety, wide receiver, left guard, and center. Those are some of our biggest needs. Go. Wide receivers. What wide receivers do we have here? Chad Ochocinco. I'll get, maybe Randy Moss. Not really a whole lot of receivers here. Mario Manningham. Left guard. Any good guards? We'll place a bid on this guy. Centers. Yeah, we'll go for this guy, Wells. We do need corners. Let's go for Brandon Carr. Yeah, let's go Ike Taylor too. So if you can bring any of those guys in. Free safety wise, a ton. Strong safety, okay. Who did we add in free agency? Bell. We got Chad Ochocinco. He's old as heck. Randy Moss. Ike Taylor. I mean, I kind of went all out and wasn't using my brain, but you know, that's okay. Oh, we didn't pick till 18. Dang. I might trade back a little bit. Ooh, JJ Woodson is still there. I did not think he'd still be here. I would like to get another wide receiver too. Someone we can build on in the future. May not be our biggest need anymore, but JJ Woodson, welcome to Denver. I like this guy too. He's not as, I would like a tall corner. I like tall corners, but you know, play this guy in the slot, that might work well. So Mr. Robertson, welcome to Denver. And now we will go center. Not a flashy pick, but it's a pick that we need. Ooh, I like this guy here. Sure, why not? So that will be it for this video. Hopefully it turned out decently well with my live-ish commentary. Should have week 1 of the regular season in a few days, hopefully, when this comes out. And thank you all for watching. This has been Jeffrey. Goodbye.